This video explains how you should prepare before attempting the Technician Role Simulation or TRS exam. We'll consider what to do before you reach the exam room, as well as running through the exam instruction screens. Here you can see the Introduction to a TRS exam, which is followed by a further 4 screens of instructions and then an exam summary. The first message is this: be familiar with these instructions before entering the exam room. Read them through several times so that there are no surprises on the day. The TRS exam section of the ACCA website contains a past exam library, and these instructions are at the start of each of these exams. The second key message is to plan your strategy for the exam in advance, a strategy that plays to your strengths and enables you to be clear about your approach before you go into the exam itself. We'll return to your exam strategy later. For now, let's look at the key information on each instruction screen. Do be aware that the real exam is timed, but the past exams within the past exam library are not. You'll have 3 hours and 15 minutes in total to answer the questions. Selecting Next will take you to the first screen of instructions. Here is that screen. In the live exam, you will have 10 minutes to review the instructions. These are in addition to the time you'll have for the questions. Your exam time will start automatically once the 10-minute period has passed. So it's important you're familiar with the instructions before the day of the exam. The rest of the information on this screen explains how to contact the invigilator if you're sitting the exam remotely, and details of the workspace, which we will look at in detail later on. So let's select Next again. This screen focuses on the exam environment, such as navigation, getting help, and the calculator. Let's move on to the next screen. The third screen of instructions gives further information, including accessing the scratchpad and entering a symbol into the workspace. Again, let's move on. The final screen of instructions is about reviewing your answers and finishing the exam. We'll move on one last time. And we've now come to the exam summary screen. It's here where we'll talk about exam strategy. The TRS exam is a case study based around your pre-seen case information. On the day of your exam, you will be provided with additional information about the company which will not contradict the pre-seen information. The case study contains 3 compulsory questions that are worth 40, 30 and 30 marks. These add up to 100 marks in total, but each of the questions will likely be split into smaller sub-requirements. Effective planning is vital to exam success, and we suggest using the first 15 minutes of the exam to review the exam content, question requirements, and response option proformas, and also allocating time to each of the individual requirements. We suggest that the best way to get your timing right is to practice questions or mock exams to time, so that when you come to the real exam, it comes naturally to you. You'll move on from this screen to begin the exam. So if you select Next now, you'll be prompted to confirm that you want to start. From the moment you select Yes, the clock starts to count down from 3 hours and 15 minutes. Compose yourself. If you're happy to start before the 10 minutes are up, then just go for it. Take a deep breath and begin.